Alright, what's up everyone? This is NinjaDeathStrike bringing you another Wi-Fi battle. And this is a really funny match I had. If you look down there at my team, you'll see that instead of the usual Rotom Wash that I have, I accidentally brought a Sawsbuck. I didn't even realize it was in my party until we got into the battle. And my opponent's using a Hail team. So that thing was going to be pretty much dead weight this whole battle. I decided to go through with it anyhow and just see what happens. Hail teams generally don't like stealth rocks, so I led with Ferrothorn, tried to set up my rocks, but unfortunately I get taunted by Weevil right off the bat, and he switches in his Jellicent. I guess he was expecting a Gyro Ball, but instead I go for Power Whip. I deal 2/3 of his health. I knew he was going to Will-O-Wisp here, but I just want to stall out the taunt turns so I can get my rocks up. So I stay in, take the burn, and Power Whip again, and I almost kill him, but not quite. So now taunt wears off, and I'm going to try to set up my rocks again, but I get taunted again. So I have two missed predictions right off the bat, and I'm already not doing very well. Now I'm going to expect him to recover, and I know that Ferrothorn is going to do nothing in this situation. So I switch him out, and I bring in the Shadow, my Gengar, and just like I predicted, he goes for recover. So now I'm going to go for a substitute because the worst thing he can do to me is Scald. And if he chooses to do that, I'll be able to disable him the next turn. And if he switches out, I'm going to have a sub up. Instead, he decides to taunt me again, which is fine with me. I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball, and whatever he wants to bring in, barring Weevil, is going to take a fair amount of damage. So he goes to Glade, because it does have really high special defense. I wasn't sure how much Shadow Ball was going to be able to do, and it does just over half. And then he gets Leftovers recovery. So now I'm not sure if this one's going to be strong enough to kill him. I'm just hoping and praying that it goes down and I get to keep my sub up. Luckily for me, it does just enough damage to finish off Glade, so Gengar's in a really good shape right now. He's got a kill, and he's behind a sub. Now Weevil comes in, and I'm going to try to Focus Blast it. He goes for the Pursuit. I'm assuming that that thing has a band. He played it like it was Choice Banded. Anyhow, I missed my first Focus Blast, and now I'm trapped because I can't switch out. If I try to switch out, Pursuit's going to kill me. So I stay in. I manage to survive the second Pursuit, and then I miss my second Focus Blast. So now Gengar is definitely going to die, and that's unfortunate because I had him in a really good position, and I just got screwed over by Focus Blast accuracy. Anyhow, I go back into Ferrothorn for my third attempt to set up rocks as he switches out to his Reuniclus. Now, I'm going to take this turn to set up my rocks. I know it has Focus Blast, and I'm just hoping that I'll be able to take a non-boosted Focus Blast and get my rocks up. After that, if Ferrothorn dies, I don't care because it's done its job. It's put up rocks, and he's got a lot of ice Pokemon on his team. So it does live with 12 hit points, gets up the rocks, and then dies to the burn. And now, since I saw Focus Blast, I'm going to bring in Espeon since I'm assuming his only other attack is going to be Psychic, meaning that no matter what he does, he can't really hurt me. I set up my Light Screen first, and as he switches out to his Walrein, I'm going to set up my Reflect. Now, I'm not sure why he decided to bring Walrein in here because Hail's not going yet. So Walrein is an absolute beast in the Hail, but since he doesn't have his ability activated, he's not going to be getting back as much health as he could be. I guess he just brought it in to try to install out some of my turns of screens, and he goes for Super Fang here as I do Psychic just to see how much damage I do. I'm expecting him to either protect or substitute on this turn, so I'm going to switch out and bring in my Sawsbuck. Basically, I know that I might die here. I don't really care about Sawsbuck since it wasn't even supposed to be on this team. I just want to make sure that he doesn't have a sub up when I go down. So he subs, I go for Swords Dance on the next turn, predicting a Protect, but instead he goes for Super Fang. He takes half my health, but now I'm sitting at +2 with a super effective attack, and I'm faster than him. So the next turn, I'm going to go ahead and use Horn Leech and take down his sub as he goes for Surf. But since my light screen is still up, it's going to do next to nothing. And now I'm faster than him, and he doesn't have a sub. So I'm predicting him to switch out here, but I'm not going to risk it, and I'm just going to go for Horn Leech again in case he subbed. He ends up going for Protect just to stall out one more turn of my Reflect, and I think on the next turn he's going to decide to switch out. Let's see. Yes, now he goes out. He finally brings in a Bomb of Snow, sets up his weather as I go for another safe Horn Leech. I could have gone for Jump Kick or Return, but I didn't want to over predict. I knew that a +2 Horn Leech is going to do a decent amount of damage to anything, and I'm going to get some of my health back. So now I'm almost at full health again, and he's got his weather up, but he's got to switch out again or he's going to lose a Bomb of Snow. So he goes to Reuniclus. I go for Jump Kick. I should have gone for Return. I wasn't really thinking. I just wanted to get the super effective damage. So now I'm not sure if a +2 Return is going to be enough to take down Reuniclus. I know how bulky it is, but it turns out that it is. So at this point, I'm starting to realize that even though I didn't mean to bring this Sawsbuck, it's going to pose a serious threat to his team. Now he brings in Weevil, and I have to make a really good prediction, because if I had switched out and he used Pursuit, I would have died. And if I'd stayed in and he used Ice Punch, I would have died. Luckily, he goes for Ice Shard. That's probably the only ice move he had, and it's not enough to take out Sawsbuck. And then Weevil's obviously going to die to a +2 Horn Leech, and I get almost all of that health back. And now he's only got a few guys left. He goes back into Walrein, but he doesn't have a sub up, so the only thing he can do is Protect for a turn, and then I'm going to kill that. So now I'm fairly certain that this Sawsbuck, whose nickname is misspelled, and who I did not mean to bring in the first place, is going to end up sweeping this guy's entire team. So Walrein does all it can to stall me out, but eventually I'm going to get a Horn Leech in. I'm going to suck his health, and now I'm at full health, and he's only got a couple of guys left. I think he's going to go back into a Bomb of Snow next. No, he brings in Jalescent. Obviously, I outspeed that, and I hit it with a +2 Horn Leech for super effective damage. So down goes Jalescent. It's already taken out Weevil, and it's going to end up sweeping the rest of this guy's team, which was hilarious. After the match, he's like, wow, that thing is good. And I can't disagree. I'm thinking I might add it to some of my regular teams, seeing how well it did here. A Bomb of Snow comes in. That's going to go down. And good game, Vash. Great job, Sawsbuck. I can't express how happy I was with your performance in this battle. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check back soon for more battles.